Hello, welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Hope that you're well. Hope that you're thriving. Thank you for tuning in. Um, I just wanted to come on here and share, a current little internal battle that I'm having. I feel like I'm not really on the other side of it just yet. Um, I'm still in the midst of it. I'm just reconciling in my side myself, um, accepting people for who they are. I don't know, when dealing with people, sometimes you have these desires or hopes as to like who they are, and I'm not even talking about men. I'm just talking about people in general. But we can say more so like women. Like you want to see something that's not there, or you feel like, oh, you have potential in this area or the other. If only you would stop doing this or that, then you would be great. But sometimes it's like they're not going to stop doing this or that. Like this, they're just going to continue doing this and that. The thing that's very off-putting and annoying or destructive or wrong or unethical or whatever. It's and I think part of the reason why um it's been a challenge, it's been like a lifelong kind of how you have like different themes in your life, different things that you are learning as an individual. Like everybody has different lessons, that they're learning on earth. And that's definitely been one that's like a recurring theme of just trying to understand that. Because like if I think like my mom is very, because she has a lot of borderline traits. She's very like hot and cold, or kind of like writes people off. I don't know the word. Not really like she 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 doesn't have a lot of nuance when it comes to dealing with people, I think, and also not communicating different things and just like becoming silent silently resentful about things instead of actually communicating, to the person what you feel or what exactly your boundary is. Because you can't have a friendship without boundaries. You can't have a relationship with anybody if you don't have boundaries. And as I've stated before, um, people who really love and respect you would want those boundaries. They actually want to know what they are. They want to know um, what the boundaries are so that they can respect them. Some of them may be obvious, but some of them may not be so obvious. So it's always good to just explicitly communicate those boundaries preemptively and or when they come up. Um, it helps make a relationship productive and fruitful for the people involved in that relationship, friendship, family ship, whatever ship. So, yeah, just a recent experience is making me think. I had doubts about the situation ahead of time. I kind of was thinking like, this is not. There's some things that are going on that are not adding up, and um, I am concerned. But I'm already committed to it, so we're gonna try to make the best of it. And then it being worse than I was thinking it would be bad, but it was entirely worse than I could have ever imagined. And I'm like, the only type of person that could really do this is either a person who's overwhelmed and maybe disorganized, like innocently. But the part that I don't want to accept on the other side is the person that would do this would have to be a scammer. And that's the part I don't want to accept. Like, I don't want that to be true. I want this person to be a good person, even though all the evidence is leading towards scammer. and I'm having a hard time accepting that. Hey, my world. It's good to see you, dear. Yeah, I'm having a hard time accepting that because I just don't want to believe it. And I don't want to believe it for any other reason than I just don't want to. I would prefer to believe that the person is a good person. Because I know for me, like even with business, sometimes I get overwhelmed and I things fall through the cracks and I don't have any intention of not doing things. But sometimes like if I don't do them by the time of the deadline, people are so upset about that it didn't get done at the deadline that they just don't want it anyway. But it's not that I'm not willing to do it or that I know I don't owe to do it. You know what I mean? So for me, I really legitimately do get overwhelmed and I struggle with time management and organizational skills. And I have for years. I was thinking like I was so late the other day for something that was really important. And I was like, well, if you think back, I missed most of my prom, due to being late. I missed most of my senior prom due to being late. I almost didn't walk across the graduation stage because I was late to my own graduation. So me being late and disorganized with time is not a new, it's not new. It's something that I've been dealing with for a long time. Um, I'm not, I mean, like, it's not right to be late. It is disrespectful to people's time to be late, and also you lose out on opportunities, and also it's just a whole host of problematic ish that's involved with poor time management. And I'm fully intellectually aware of all of it. And yet and still I still struggle deeply. I have a warped sense of time. I have a very warped sense of time. I have like my concept of time is not accurate to the real world. Like I don't like think how long is it going to take me to do this or that? Like how long is it going to take me to do this or that? My main guy wants to take me out this week, and I told him I was like, "Well, just tell me 30 minutes earlier than what you need because you know me. He knows me." And he was like, he thought it was cute, and he told me what time the reservation was, and he told me what time he was coming to pick me up. And then he also told me, so be ready by this time. And I'm like, no, you're missing the point of lying about the time. You're not supposed to tell me the real time of the reservation because I'm going to be thinking I have up until that time to get dressed when in fact we have to drive 30 minutes to the restaurant. So anyway, that's a tangent, but I said that to say like with business, sometimes I have a warped sense of time and things don't get delivered uh in a timely fashion. But all of the things that are needed to be delivered, whether they be products, sometimes I may ship the products late. I try not to do that because that's really annoying. I try not to do that. And sometimes I'm really, really good about shipping out like same day, next day. And then some days I just get so like overwhelmed and I keep saying, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it until the person emails me like, hey, where's my order? And I'm like, dang, and I'll do it. But you're going to get the product. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a scammer. I'm not going to take your money for a product I don't have. And so that's the difference. That's the difference between somebody scamming and somebody being disorganized. I'm not saying that being disorganized is okay or righteous or admirable because it's a flaw and it's a hindrance. And I can go on and on about how I've been negatively affected by my poor time management and lack of organization and things of that nature. But a scammer, I'm not. I try to and that's like the part of like marketing and things of that nature, like that I have to feel good about what I'm doing. And sometimes what I'm selling is I'm just very honest about it. So I'm not going to be like, you're going to lose weight, overnight And there are people who do things like that and they don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care that you want something and they will tell you what you want to hear for you to get it. They will get your money and then you're not going to get what they promised was so fantastical. You're not going to get that, right? I can't do that. Like I never have been I don't want to do that. I couldn't sleep good at night scamming, selling a dream. Even on my channel when I talk about leveling up and going up as far as you can, I never say everybody's going to get a millionaire, everybody's going to get somebody that makes 250,000, everybody's going to get a Prince Charming or whatever. I never say that because that's not what I'm selling over here. I think that you should go up as far as you can. And I think that each woman can figure out how far up she can go. And I think you should go as far as you can and push it up as far as you can and just edge it up a little more than what you think. That's what I think. That's what I encourage. Could I maybe make more if I say, hey, follow this formula and you're going to get a rich sugar daddy? Follow this formula and you're going to never pay bills again. Yeah, I probably would make more money, but ethically that's not who I am as a person. You know what I mean? I need to be able to sleep with myself at night. I need to be able to lay my head on my pillow and be at peace that I'm living the type of life that I want to live, and that's not scamming people. I even feel bad about some of the deliverables that I maybe late on or just, don't implement as seamlessly as I could, you know. But yeah, um there's one person who a different person who I've had to step away from. And not even because they're a scammer, it's just every time I'm around this person, something really bad happens to me. I don't know what's on them, some type of, I don't know. It could be coincidental, but the things that have happened to me when this person comes around are things I'm still dealing with to this day, right? They are lingering, ongoing, and expensive problems that I have. So I didn't say anything to this person, but I have quietly stepped away. You know, I just quietly stepped away just because my peace is, oh my goodness, I really enjoy it. And I can't definitively say that this person is causing these problems. One of them I can say she definitively caused. And there was an opportunity where she made a commitment to me for something. And ultimately, she would have had to drive a little bit further than what she wanted, than what she thought. And so she just canceled her commitment with me and went off and did something else without, and she apologized about it and I did, forgive her. But I had rearranged my day to accommodate her. And so I just think to myself, with the ease that this woman chose herself, I need to also easily and effortlessly choose myself as well. And that was very disruptive to my evening. What happened was disruptive to my evening. And so yeah, I just quietly stepped away because there's been what four different incidences with this person, um three of which are lingering to this day. I'm still repairing and dealing with negative things that have happened. She didn't really cause them. It's just like every time she comes around, something bad happens to me. I don't know. I mean, it could be superstition, it could be, sorcery, witchcraft. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with this lady. but I know every time she comes around me, something bad happens to me. So I don't understand what it is, but what I do know is that I don't want that energy in my life. So whatever I thought I was going to get from that friendship, I will pass. I would prefer to like paint my nails in my room and talk to you guys on YouTube than, try to be in that situation and have something bad happen to me. I'm not I don't want that. So, in the midst of not understanding everything that's going on, I still choose to step away. Now, there's also some character issues too, that are concerning to me. There's some character issues that are concerning. Personality types, I think, are also concerning. And I have the ability because I grew up with a borderline mother. I have the ability to endure some very unsavory people just because of my background. But just because I can doesn't mean I should. Just because I can doesn't mean I should. And speaking of unsavory personalities, the way I choose people on YouTube to follow, I think about like, would I want to have brunch with this person? Would I want to like sit and chit chat with them, have a mimosa or a coffee or a latte or something, and just like chill with them? And if the answer is no, I'm likely not going to be listening to them on YouTube. For people who do commentary, story times, life journeys, and things of that nature. Like if people are like really, a certain way, loud and ratchet, or just I don't know, a bit vulgar, I can only handle but so much. Like I have a few vulgar content creators that I follow, so my threshold has already been met. I cannot add any more. I cannot add any additional vulgar content creators. Oh, yeah, she ignores all my texts and calls until she has baggage. Wow. Anymore. Sometimes she'll try to reach back, but pretending. Yeah. So, yeah, you kind of have to protect your peace from people like that try to dump on you. Um, you kind of have to protect your peace. Now, the thing that I've learned over time with personal development, the more you develop yourself as a person, the less like the more the higher level support you require. I hope that makes sense. The more you develop yourself as a woman, the higher level support you require. So, in order for someone to hold space for you, in other words, like especially the more you have like complex um businesses or complex job, high stakes job or a leadership role in the community or a leadership role in your family, um, those kinds of things. You don't have the problem of, I don't know what I'm going to wear tomorrow, or, you don't have the problem of, she looked at me crazy and I didn't like it. So what am I going to, your problems are, your company's about to get acquired and you don't know if you're going to have your job. Your problems are, your mortgage rate changing. Your problems are, um, so and so is diagnosed with a critical illness and, you're their caretaker or you are, you know, on the will as a, you're on their directives as a power of attorney. Your problems get different, you know, the more you continue to grow up and mature. And so if you don't have people in your life who are also growing up and maturing in the same way as you are, they don't have anything to tell you or to show you or to help you. You know what I'm saying? Hold space for you or even offer resources for the types of things that you're going through, the types of things that you're encountering. And that can be very challenging. Even when you just start emotionally developing yourself, and the needs that you have as an emotionally stronger person, um, who still needs support. Like, you don't get to a point of enlightenment to where you are self-contained, all encompassed everything. As humans, especially women, we remain social and we continue to need social interactions and support in relationships, a variety of relationships, you know, because the isolation and is a whole nother story. That's a whole nother issue. But yeah, over time, I've kind of identified people who only dump out emotionally, or they only dump out and vent, and it's not a reciprocal relationship to where they're able to hold space for you in the way that you are, or even sometimes, all relationships don't necessarily have to be quote equal, especially depending on how like developed you are. It may be that um it may be that there's a specific role that that person plays that may not be at all encompassing, or emotional support, but they may just be good for this. And so you can rearrange your expectations for how you're going to interact with that person, you know or, oh, I'll only see you at the class reunions, and we can catch up there, reminisce about old times, and then I'll go on about my way, you go on about your way. So but so that's possible. But yeah, I think just accepting, who people are sometimes can be very challenging. And I feel like I'm really, really in the midst of that right now. I'm not sure how things are going to go one way or the other, but I do know uh maybe it was about a year ago, or a little over a year ago. Yeah, a year and some months ago. I remember, my first encounter with this person, I was just like, there's some disingenuousness here. Like, you're giving out good information, and maybe that's, part of things, maybe separating the information that someone has from their character, from their personality type, from their moral code, like how they operate, how they interact with people, their relational skills, maybe just separating the two. Although sometimes, I would prefer for those things to be in alignment. I like for, like, if you're talking about sisterhood, if you're talking about um, networking with women, and you're talking about these things, you should have a certain skill set to be actually able to do that. You don't have to be perfect, and no one's demanding or asking that that you get it right all the time. But I think at your core, if that's what you're about, you know, it should be somewhere in your everyday life, you know? Because if you keep on complaining, like every single time you're complaining that women are complaining about you, I mean, you're the only common denominator. And I find it fascinating when people shrug off all criticism, just all of it. Like, well, this person is just doesn't know how to get to the bag. This person doesn't know this. This person, they weren't ready. This person didn't have it together. This person, was focused on the wrong thing. This person, they had a bad attitude. Well, if you keep getting in situations where people are having a bad attitude, or constantly disappointed with what you're saying versus what you're producing, you know, sit down and reflect as to what you're doing. If you are genuine, the only person I think that wouldn't give a damn and just kept going forward with the same behavior, you have to be a scammer. You would have to then be a scammer if you don't care. because scammers are always moving from one hustle to the other. Like, they'll have a multi-level marketing, and then the next week they got this, and then the next week they got that. They always got different scams and schemes. It's always something. And if you didn't make money, it's because you didn't work hard enough. You didn't get enough sales. You didn't get enough people. You didn't do enough recruiting, whatever. They always have an excuse, and no one is ever making any money because it's a scam. You know what I mean? So, uh, maybe that's what it is. It's unfortunate. It's sad. And you know why I think sometimes people like get really in over their head with different scams and multi-level marketing and stuff? I don't think that anybody wants to admit that they got scammed. I think there's just something mentally inside of you, like you just don't want to accept the fact that you got scammed. So you just like want to block it out and you just want to keep going. And unfortunately, sometimes when people decide to keep going, they end up putting more money into the scam. They end up putting more money into it, trying to redeem, trying to make back what they already invested, trying to, I think just cognitively grapple with, that making it something that they desire it to be, even though it's not. And some people can be like, okay, I got scammed. Let me take my L and move on with my life. But yeah, no, it's a tough pill to swallow to be like, um, I got scammed. Thank you, Chanel. Chanel. I don't know what I was talking about that you said may it go in my favor, but may all the good things go in my favor, and may all the good things go in y'all's favor too. Everything you want and desire. I am going to hopefully today calculate the damage I have done in January as far as finances are concerned. This has been a crazy month. This has been a difficult month. It's been a lot. Dental work, uh, car work. Um, what else was like big ticket expenses? Those are the main things. Insurance going up, a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, insurance like tripling price. Health insurance tripling in price. It's been a lot. So I need to like sit down and calculate everything. And then y'all, just to let you know, I do have a new affiliate with the company that I use for finances. I am going to be doing a separate video about that because I'm really excited. I do want to kind of look at doing more affiliate situations for you ladies, but they're only going to be from companies that I actually use and can vouch for. I'm not going to just take any deal because, oh, hey, sell your audience this or sell your audience that. I'm only starting with like things that I already use. And so for this one, this is a financial company I've been using for about 2 years now. And I just was like, I wonder if they offer affiliates because I would like to offer this to my audience. And I think that Black women can really benefit from this tool because mostly white men use it. That's how I found out about it. I actually found out about it in this financial publication that's written for white men. I mean, by a white man for other white men. And so I was like, wow, this is a really great tool. Like I love it. And I've been using it for 2 years. And so I just looked around to see like, hey, do they offer affiliates? Like what's going on? And I applied and I got accepted. So got my first affiliate situation going on. So I want to yeah, do a specific video for that and make sure that the link is working. Because if you sign up under my link and you open up an account, they will provide an affiliate for the channel. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, Sissy says I had extra costs this month, but suddenly got a surprise money on Friday. Hey, maybe it will happen for you too. You know what, sis? It's totally possible. Yeah, I I'm always open. I think about myself as being open for money to always come. And I'm thinking I might try for February. I think I'm gonna withdraw some cash and just like have cash for certain things like um oh yeah, because I spent a lot of money at the end of December too. I'm gonna have cash for certain things like eating out and um maybe gas, just stuff that I kind of spend on and you don't really realize you're spending as much as you are. So I think I'm just going to take out cash for those things so that way that will help me kind of rein it in um to kind of keep my spending level headed and all of that stuff because it's a lot and I need to like figure out a way to do we have a couple family trips um being planned for this year, so I would like to go on one or two of them and do a little bit of traveling, um, get a consult for for like ortho work that I want to do now that I got all the medical stuff situated with my dental. I want to do some cosmetic things for my dental to kind of just continue to level up. I think leveling up with your smile is one of the most, I mean, it's a good investment. I think investing into your smile is a good investment. It's a great thing to have good oral health and for your health sake, and then also just for leveling up and, having a nice smile, having that confidence. I have a lot of confidence, but I would love to enhance my smile for sure, improve, enhance, and all of that jazz. So, I just want to kind of get a consult to see what the price is looking like. Um, yeah, so many things are in the work. So many things are in the work. But yeah, I think that the answer to my original question is I think 95% chance this person is a scammer. And there's a 5% chance that this person is a good person that just got overwhelmed. Um, we will see. I'm thinking scammer though, honestly. I don't want to believe that, but it's a bitter pill that I'm trying to swallow, but I don't want to. Okay, for those who are afraid of dental work, let me just tell you this. Um, I have just paid a lot, like we're talking thousands of dollars in the last year getting dental work done that I should have gotten done a long time ago. Um, I think when your problems are small, like if you just need some fillings and stuff and you feel like, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have dental insurance, blah, blah, blah. I normally don't suggest you finance anything. Like I'm a person who's like, no, pay as you go. Don't take out a bunch of credit. But I would say don't finance a luxury bag, don't finance going shopping, don't finance a trip. Pay cash for your trip. Don't finance vacation. Don't finance those kinds of things. But if you're in a situation where you have dental work that needs to be done and you have a finance option, I think you should definitely consider it, getting it financed. You know, they do offer 0%. Try to get that. Sometimes they do 12 months. Try to get your 0% interest extended as long as you can. So tell them 36 months and they'll probably say no. And then maybe you can meet in the middle at like 24 months, 0% interest. And just do it. Like, don't let your dental problems become very, very, very expensive. Don't do it. I would recommend if you absolutely have no choice, then just apply for the financing and just see what it says. See what the fees are, make sure, you can try to minimize everything. And you could even You could even apply to a couple different places to try to one up the other, or get the other one to negotiate better terms for you. But don't ignore your dental health. I know it's very annoying to go to the dentist and they're like, "Oh, you've got this going on, you got that going on, da 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 da." Like you just don't want to hear it. And sometimes you can even feel like you're being hustled or whatever. But you know, I went to two different dentists and they told me the same dentist. I went to two different dentists and they told me the same thing. So ultimately, I stayed with the one who um, was in the better neighborhood, to be frank, and was very professional. I in my where I live, I just Googled the most expensive zip code and I just picked a dentist there. You know what I mean? Because that has worked for me in the past when finding different healthcare providers. Um, that's worked. That's been a good formula for me to help me find good people because a lot of the people in that neighborhood are very particular about things. So I found that to be really good. So my dentist is there, and then my daughter's dentist, I want to say, is in like the second or the third most expensive zip code. And I love her pediatric dentist. He's really, really good. He's really, really good. His whole staff is amazing. Yeah, they're really, really good. So anyway, yeah, ladies, I would just encourage you to get your dental health in order. Your dental health is related to other health indicators, that you have, like your blood health, like making sure you don't get infections in your body. Your mouth could be an entry point for different infections and bacteria, to get into your bloodstream. So that's one of the importances of having good oral health. So y'all, let's just get to it. The most important thing is to not beat yourself up about what you didn't do. Oh, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Oh, I'm so far behind. Because if you beat yourself up, you're just going to feel worse about it. And you're going to be less likely to get up and get moving. So don't worry about what you didn't do. Just be at peace with that and just make a commitment today. It could be just something as small as, you know, looking on finding somebody with good reviews and going to get an exam to see what you're working with. Because I think sometimes we get overwhelmed because we're like, we think it's going to be so expensive and we don't even want to get started. But I think if you just go and find out everything that's going on, get a treatment plan, and then just start dealing with it a little bit at a time, you know, maybe dealing with, just kind of figuring out, with your doctor, with the dentist and the office manager, what problems are, the most glaring. Because one other option that you have, if you don't want to finance or you're just not interested or you don't have to finance, you could just pay a little bit, like every month or each quarter. And you could just maybe deal with the most challenging issue first and then work your way through each thing that you need to do. So, okay, awesome, awesome. Congratulations. Excuse me, all. Congratulations to those who are feeling like you're ready to get moving with your dental health. I'm sending you a high five. I'm sending you a high five. I have Invisalign consult on Tuesday. Yay! I'm so happy about that. You made a community post about secret saving tips, and I get corporate discount for Invisalign through my job. See there, that is what I'm talking about on my channel over here. Okay, and what my subscribers are doing. I'm trying to tell you. I am trying to tell you. Y'all are making moves and sharing really, really helpful resources to actually tangibly improve your life. That's the whole point of what we're doing over here. So I'm so excited that you have a corporate discount on that. And like, that's going to be great, girl. Work on your smile. What? Then you're going to get a raise. You're gonna get a raise. Or you gonna get some more money some type of way. Okay. It's coming. It is coming. Wow. I'm so excited. I love when y'all share, your wins. I love it. Another sister got a personal trainer in the gym and she's working out with a trainer now. Another sister found a primary healthcare provider, based off of us just dialoguing on this channel about leveling up our lives. And that it's awesome to me. Like I'm just really um happy when you ladies are improving your lives and living just a more luxurious life, living a healthier life, living a more fulfilling life. It makes me happy and filled with joy, filled with joy. But yeah, I've pretty much finished all of the medical with my teeth. So now I'm gonna do the ortho consult to see which one is better for me. Like I don't know if I'll do Invisalign or I've had braces before in the past. So I don't know if I'll have to get braces again. I don't know. I just need to go and see what my options are with the cosmetics and get to going with that. And then later down the line, I do want to go to the dermatologist. There'll be some medical things I'm gonna get done or evaluated and see what treatment options I have. And then they also have like cosmetic stuff on the other side. So this dermatology office, they have like on one side they have like the medical things like that, and then they also have like a bunch of like laser hair removal, uh chemical pills, and you name it. Like they have all kinds of cosmetic stuff, so you can kind of get everything that you need like under one roof. And I like the idea of that because I'm looking into possibly doing laser hair removal. I don't know. I need to look into it a little bit more and just consider it, but I am considering it because dealing with that is a drag. I have a quick question. On the Discord, we have been talking about wigs and extensions, and I actually have a wig that I ordered from Love Me, and if y'all want a review on it, I will give you one. But I'm just like, I don't like, I'm not gonna always be doing wig reviews. So I don't I don't wanna like, have any expectation that I'm gonna be doing wig reviews all the time. But I just feel like since we have been talking about it, wigs and extensions in the Discord, that more people might be interested in knowing about the wig. But yeah, I have my thoughts about the wig. Um, Long story short, I don't really like the way it's constructed, but I can explain in detail why I don't like the construction of this wig in a review of sorts if y'all are interested in it. Maybe I'll put it on the community tab and y'all can vote if you want the wig review or not. Um, then I can do it. But yeah, I have my thoughts about that wig. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna try a different one. Part of the issue with these wigs is like when they send the wigs to the people that do review, like the people who install the wigs online, they're not the same wigs that the regular consumers get. So we're getting a totally different wig than what they send the content creators that do the installs like on camera. So that's really challenging, and it's the same thing with like clothes too, like Fashion Nova and stuff like that. When they send the clothes to the influencers, they're better clothes than what they sell to the consumer. So yeah, the influencer is raving about it, but when you get it, it ain't what it is. You know what I mean? So that's very annoying about those companies. Y'all, I'm trying not to order no more fast fashion in 2022. I'm trying to steer away from it. I'm continuing to try to steer away from it. I ordered what 3 dresses. I'm about to send them back and just like go get something at Nordstrom or something. Like I'll probably get one item for the cost of 3, but the quality is just terrible. It's just terrible. It's not even worth it. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear this one time, I'm gonna wash it and it's gonna be done. Or I can go and get a better garment and have it longer and have it look nicer. I do lace front. I can't do a U part because my hair is challenged. My hair is challenged. I mean, I can see like I'm open to what I can do with my hair to get it a little bit fuller. And that's part of what I'll do when I go to the dermatologist. And as I get more money and level up even more, there's even hair specialist that I'm, considering using down the line because I think like if I could get it to a certain point, I would love to just do a few micro links or a few clip-ins and wear my own hair. But I'm just not at the point of doing that because I've heard a couple of YouTubers kind of like shaming people for wearing wigs. But if you have a full healthy head of hair, thank God. Like if you have thick type 4 hair that's healthy, that doesn't just fall out and shed and have a bunch of problems, just be grateful and understand like you're living in your own bubble if you think that women don't have all kinds of hair and scalp issues. Women have all kinds of hair and scalp issues that everybody can't do a kinky twist out and just go walk out the house and look good the way you do. I can tell you to go check out Star Puppy. I think her channel is called Star Puppy, but she has like thinner 4C hair that like is thin and it tangles. Each individual strand tangles. A lot of women don't even know that struggle. Like when you have a certain type of fine 4C hair, you will have a knot on one strand of hair, literally, and you have nothing to do but to cut that hair off at the knot. And so if you don't know that struggle, you can't tell women that, oh, you don't love yourself, you don't like yourself, that's why you're wearing weaves. Like, girl, bye. Stop that shit. Like, everybody does not like you. If you think that everybody's hair is as healthy and full as yours, you are grossly mistaken. You need to expand your horizon and you need to uh go to some of these channels where people have different traction alopecia, chemical alopecia, hereditary alopecia, all these different issues. All these different issues. And it's not like, oh, if you take care of your hair, it's going to grow. Unfortunately, for some people, that is true. If they do certain things, this or that, their hair grows. There's some people who've done everything and they still don't have enough hair. But that's the beauty of a lace front wig because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with the lace front wig. You know what I mean? Like you put your wig on, style your wig, and live your life. That's the way I see it. It's a beautiful invention. It's great. It can help you look like you have, the type of look that you're going for, that full look, and you have a protective style underneath. Like I think it's great. I love them. I love them. But yeah, I think that that's unfortunate that some people resort to that. I think you should celebrate your hair. And if you like wearing your own hair and you have the ability to, you should do it. Why not? But that doesn't mean that people who don't like they don't love themselves or they have some type of racial issues. They don't love being black and all this and that. Like, no, no, that's not true. need a full head of hair. That's all it is. That's all it is. Is there anything that really helps with the mini knots? I don't know. I would recommend Star Puppy's channel because her channel is all about natural hair, and her channel is about natural hair that is thinner. She has a lot of videos about thin 4C hair and getting your hair thicker, getting it stronger. And even I've tried some of Star Puppy's stuff. It doesn't even work for me. It works for her, but it doesn't work for me. So, you know, I don't know. There's no magic bullet with black hair. Our hair is very particular and unique, and we have to like I think she calls her hair nugget or something. Like she named her hair, and I can kind of see like our hair be having a our hair has a whole personality in and of itself. Like our hair has its own personality, you know? So you just kind of have to get to know your own head of hair and kind of deal with it. But I like her, her channel for that reason. She has a lot of good tips for people who have thin 4C hair because most of the popular YouTubers have really thick hair, and a lot of times it's like loose strand for hair, like 4A hair, or mixed hair. It's not like the super super kinky 4C 5A hair. I say my daughter has 5A hair. Seriously. You're gonna love Star Puppy. She's super sweet and well, I don't know that she's sweet in real life, but I know her channel is sweet and she does like these little skits and stuff and she talks a lot about living in her 20s and things that she's experiencing and sometimes she has story times and um yeah, I really like her channel. I haven't watched it in a while, but I know, like, if I'm looking for a regimen, like, she has, like, ones on, like, rice water. She has, like, one on, hair growth oil. Um, I kind of have the method that I got, like, wash your scalp when you have dry 4C hair, try to wash your scalp and scrub your scalp, but don't focus on your hair. But when you are conditioning your hair, start from the ends, from the tips of your hair with the conditioner and work through every single strand. Because when you have super kinky hair, a lot of times the hair can hide like from the conditioner and your hair ends up drying out faster because you don't fully saturate each strand with the conditioner. So like all of those little tips like that I learned from Star Puppy's channel and it has been helpful for me taking care of my hair and taking care of my daughter's hair because her hair is kinkier than mine. So be ye encouraged. There are resources out here for us. And in the meantime, I love my wigs. I've been talking about the wigs since I've been on the channel, I think. Because you know what? For me, I've tried a lot of different things. And ultimately, the wig is the most lucrative for me. I've had my natural hair, I've had locks, I've had faux locks, I've had crochet, I've had a bunch of different things. And what gets me the most money is the wigs. So, you know, I just kind of go with what works. The wigs for me are lucrative, you know? So there you go. The wigs are lucrative. And so that's kind of what I been doing. It's been working. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe like keeping your hair trimmed is something. Yeah, maybe I'm like trying to find a good hair. I think I found a good hairstylist, but because I don't know, she put the Love Me wig on, so I don't want to fault her for that. That wig is poorly constructed, so I don't want to blame her for it when I think that it's really the wig. I think the wig is the problem, not her. Yeah, I think that the wig is the problem. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think, check out her channel and see if there's anything helpful, because y'all have different hair textures, but, it might be helpful. Yeah. Get the results, gets you paid, the most attention. Black women don't need to prove anything. White girls go blonde because they know. Okay, thank you. Okay, yes. This right here, let this sink in. Okay, ladies, let this sink in. This is true. And I think that some women in this space put women in a position to really question themselves. Like, am I black enough if I don't want to wear my hair out? Am I down for the cause enough? Am I black woman empowerment enough if I don't want to wear my hair out? And I don't think that's a helpful conversation, because I think that there are other things that we can focus on that don't entail hair. I don't think that women need to be shamed for wearing weaves and wigs. Not over here, because there's enough of that going on in the other space. So we don't need to do that over here. Because again, you don't know anybody's medical problems. You don't know what's going on. You don't even know if someone is enduring cancer treatment. You don't know. So you don't have to, make negative comments about women who choose to wear wigs. Wear the style that, gets you the most. Now, I remember talking to some ladies in a different group, and I think that there are benefits to wearing natural hair. Like, if you have thick, full hair, no matter what the texture is, that could be very lucrative, because I think that men like to imagine themselves in your hair, like having full access to your hair. That is very intimate. You know what I mean? Like, for him to be all in your hair, that is as intimate as being all up in your other things. So, if he can imagine himself having access to your hair to, like, pull or run his fingers through or massage your scalp or just be all in your hair, he can imagine. They're very visual creatures, and so if you have your natural hair, that's going to be a bonus for you. If your hair can do what you want it to do, if you have enough hair to make the type of look that you're going for, and it looks thick and full and beautiful, I think, girl, you better use that. That's an asset. There's even been women who have challenges in other areas. Maybe they're a little bit overweight, maybe this or that, but they have this beautiful, full, thick, natural hair. That's a bonus. That's something that I don't have. I have a small waist and a big booty. Okay. So I got something going for me, but I don't have the thick hair down my back. So I think that each woman has to kind of find her thing that's working for her and enhance it. You know what I'm saying? Enhance what you got going on. So in that sense, yes, it's a bonus. But doesn't everybody is not what I'm saying is everybody is not blessed in the same area. If you are blessed to have a full head of hair that is down your back, do it. Wear your hair, girl, and get money from it. And if you don't have it, don't let the women who have a full, thick head of hair shame you into looking crazy. Get you a wig, get you some extensions, do it, make you do what it do, make it look good on you, and enhance something about you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I love clip-ins. The clip-in and the micro links are the bomb.com. Because even if you have clip-ins, if you like get into a relationship that becomes committed and da da da, or you become intimate, he still has access to your hair. you know. So thank you. Please like the video. I appreciate y'all. Please like the video. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Oh my Lord, it's getting late. I need to get up and get moving. I've been drinking my coffee and I decided to get online and talk with you ladies. As I contemplate what I'm going to do today. But I think I'm just going to kind of stay home, organize, get ready. I have 2 dates next coming up this week. I have a date with my main guy, and I have a date with a new guy. And I think, the new guy is looking pretty cool. He told me to pick anywhere I want, and that's what I like to hear. Okay. And then I told him a place that I wanted, which was like a really nice restaurant. And he was like, perfect. All I need is the time. I'll take care of the rest. And so I like that attitude. Um, I like that attitude from a man. Um, yeah, maybe I'll do a separate live about it, but I have far less dates these days, but the dates that I have are better. I'm a lot more choosy about the men that I engage with. Um, I'm a lot more choosy, and I tend to just go for the guy who is very accommodating to me. And um, yeah, it's better this way for me. It's better this way for me, but that means that I have a lot less dates, and it means that I have a lot of conversations with men that do not lead to a date. Because I discover through my vetting process, I discover that they are not viable. Because one thing I'm not ever planning to be ever in my life again is a pick me. So we'll have to kind of, I don't know, maybe you ladies can send me your ideas about um, divested pick me's and like this pick meism that's going on. I don't know what to do to help, but I would like, I'm afraid. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that women are just going over to different type of dusty. And that's not the point of what we're doing here. That's not the point. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? What do you ladies think we can do to help? Or is it inevitable and we should just let them be like have dusties? I don't know. What do you think we should do? Yeah, you've noticed it. I've noticed this like this pick me thing that's going on. Like these divested ladies do not have the discernment to find a white dusty. They don't have the discernment. All he has to do is say masculinity, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm sold." It's like, damn, sis, like that's all he had to do, sis. Has he shown anything to you? Has he given anything to you? Why is he over here? My man, I talked to my man this morning. He does not even have social media. He don't even have social media. He do not even have social media. I talked to him. He about to go to his office today because he works every day. He's such a workaholic. He works every day. He don't have he don't have no social media. He does have Netflix, and I think Hulu. But he don't be on YouTube. Thank God, right? I don't want him finding my channel. But he does not even be on social media. He's a workaholic. He works every day. And I was talking to him, we were catching up and talking about our date that's coming up. And he was like, I want you to pick one. When he was like, I want you to pick somewhere classy, aka expensive. That's the kind of men I like. I don't want a man to sit up here and have a heart attack because of something I want to do that's expensive. I like a man that tells me to go pick something expensive because he can do it easily without batting an eye. And he enjoys seeing me in a good environment, like where I feel comfortable and good. And he likes it too, actually. He likes it too. And so I'm just like, who are these guys that have time to be on social media? Who are these guys? And where are their reference letters? What women can vouch for them that they have been good men? Where are their references? Where's their track record? We don't even know. You don't even know these guys. They just pop up out of nowhere and be like, "Oh, I'm a real man. I'm an alpha. I'm a masculine guy." And you just give them your time, attention, affection, and energy. This guy yesterday was trying to fish me for compliments, this older white guy, and kind of like trying to put me in a position to even ask him for his number. I just looked at him like, I don't, I'm not put on this earth to admire you, sir. I don't know who you are. You have not given me any money. You have not done anything for me. He did pay for our section. I thanked him for it. I said, thank you for taking care of that. And I think I either gave him a hug or I think I gave him like a little light hug. So that transaction is complete, right? So you paid for something. I said thank you and I hugged you. So that transaction is complete. I don't owe you anything else after that. And then he was sitting up here trying to talk my ear off. And then the valet went to get my car and he was walking me to the car. And I'm like, well, if you go walk me to the car, that to me, in my opinion, in my experience, when a man walks me to the car, he pays the valet. This man walks me to the car, closes the door, and walks away from the valet. So the valet says, well, I work off of tips only. And he was like, "Whoa, I already paid for y'all to get in." And this man ran away. This old man who you would have thought was elderly had track shoes and ran from the valet. So I had to go into the trunk because my bag, I had my bag in the trunk so as not to cause attention to the car. I had to go into my bag in the car in the back and get some cash to tip the valet. So I say all that to say white men, yellow men will sit in your face, red men, any man will sit in your face trying to get attention from you, trying to get you to stroke their ego. They want you to make them feel good. They want you to uh, compliment them. And they think that, oh, you're into older white men or you're into whatever. So I get a free pass. Well, with me, the answer is no, because I know not only for myself, I would be setting the next woman up for the same dust. And if you have money and you don't want to part with it, that's your own business. You're still dusty. You're stingy. So I felt good about not saying anything positive about this guy. I just stared at him like, okay, okay. And when he was like, "Oh, this girl's they all asked me for my number and I gave it to them." I don't care, Bob. I don't care. If Sheila, Sharon, and Tanya gave you their number or took your number down, I don't care. You don't come to me with this dust. If you would like to be in contact with me, you need to properly ask me like a gentleman. And before I give you my number, I need to know what is your intention with it. What are you about? Why are you here? And what do you want from me? You need to convince me to give you my number. You need to convince me. You need to show me why I should give you my number. You don't just show up, oh, look at me. I'm white and I have a peen. So therefore, I'm entitled to be in contact with you. You picked the wrong one, bro. I'm not a pick me. You picked the wrong one. I don't care about you, Bob. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't care. I don't care. One thing that I cannot stand, one thing that's repulsive is men who complain about money. He's like, oh, I paid so much to get y'all in. Well, you ain't got it if you complaining. And if you ain't got it, I don't need you. If this little couple few $100 you're complaining about, I will give you a heart attack when you get my bill. Your old ass will have a heart attack. You will be in a cardiac arrest once I finish running up the tab. You cannot handle me. And women like me, you cannot handle us because we don't care that you have a peen. We don't care. We don't care. We're not going to worship you because you have a peen. We don't care. We care about what are you showing us? What are you doing? That's what we care about. The rest of it, we don't care. We don't care. So yeah, he did that, and I was like, ooh, ooh, dodge that bullet, because I could tell that he was full of ish. And that is the discernment that I am afraid is missing from the space. Not all aspects of it, but there's a large cadre of this space that discernment is just not there. They're like, it's white, it's right. I'm gonna do it with all my might. It's white, it's right, it's it's all right. I'm gonna pursue this man with all my might. I'm gonna give him undue praise. I'm gonna worship him. And no, ladies, it's not the way. It's not the way. You're gonna end up in a similar situation. You're gonna, setting yourself up to be exploited. And it don't have to be like that. Especially like certain men, they want to feel like they earn you. They want to feel like they earn your affection. So don't just give it up for free. Don't just give up your affection and your attention for free. Make them earn it. Because if you don't make them earn it, they're gonna like train these men to lowball us. They're like, dang, I've dated 5 black girls, and the last 5 black girls submitted to me and busted it wide open for, one date. So I'm not even gonna try with these girls. I'm gonna just see what I can get. Cause they're, they love, I don't have to do anything for these women. That's not the energy that we need to move in. Oh my gosh, yes, sissy. Gosh. It's like they have a desire to find a man who can be trusted completely on the spot. Yeah, they do. Because I mean, there was like one girl who was dealing with this sleazy guy, and somebody told me that he was broke. This girl told me that the girl he dated, he was broke and always complaining about money, and he was being very inappropriate with her. And I pulled her to the side. I'm like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Okay, well, I just want to make sure you're okay. Like, are you drunk? Like, are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "Well, I heard he was broke. So what are you doing?" "I'm fine. I'm fine." And I'm like, "I understand that you're fine, but can you explain to me what are you doing? What are you doing? Why is he allowed to do this?" You know what I mean? Like, I just like, what are you doing? I mean, sometimes I can be like a mama bear, you know, I can be very protective of girls, of women when I'm out. And I just like, what are you doing? What's happening here? Like, why are you allowing him to behave like this with you and handle you any type of way? He should not feel emboldened to kind of come over here and handle you this type of way. What is happening? But after a while, it's like, okay, well, if you're not drunk and this is what you want to do, then okay, I'm going to allow for you to do what you want to do. But this is crazy. I don't like this guy over here feeling like he has access to all these black women to come and be inappropriate with them. It was one girl who actually called security on him, though. beautiful dark-skinned sister. She called security on him because he was taking pictures of this girl without her consent, and I was like, "Thank you." This guy was getting on my nerves. I avoided him, he was getting on my nerve, and he was harassing women. He felt very emboldened to do it because of everybody being accommodating to his bad behavior, and I think that if he had been of a different shade, behaving like they would have, I think that they would have had a different response to it. But they were giving him a pass because of his, complexion. And I just don't think that we need to move like that in 2022 or ever. When men say masculinity, women need to say, what does that mean? What does this look like? And how do you walk in your masculinity? Queen Wisdom, I have like my main guy, he's never said to me, I'm masculine. He pays bills though, and he takes care of a lot of things for me, but he has never uttered out of his mouth ever, I'm masculine. He does not have a YouTube channel proving his masculinity. He just does, he just works and provides. I mean, isn't that what it's all about? He works and he provides and he treats me good. So he doesn't need to explicitly say masculine. I would say if a man says I'm masculine, that's a red flag. I wouldn't want to explore that. There's another new guy that may possibly be coming in town next week, and he has, never said that either. The men that I've dealt with who have been generous and well off have never said I'm an alpha, I'm masculine, I'm a provider. They've never said that explicitly, but they just do. They just do. So I would more so look for a man that is operating in the way that you need him to operate. So when you're first coming into contact with him, he should be accommodating you, offering the best for you. A man should want to impress you. He should want to wow you, delight you, entice you, enchant you. He should want you to look like, oh wow, oh my gosh. He should have an innate competitiveness about your attention, especially in the beginning. He should want to capture your attention by doing something to wow you. If he's going to be viable. Now, some guys will take you on low budget dates because they're filling up their time, so that's a different energy. But for me, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for space filling dates. I prefer to date a man who is wildly interested in me because though that's a better situation for me. And for those who are looking for like a generous partner that likes to provide, and has the ability to give you access to higher caliber things, little indulgences here and there, that kind of stuff, you know, he should be totally wowed. He should want to wow you rather. He shouldn't be like, oh, I'm masculine. I'm masculine, da 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 da. Oh, thank you for one of my subscribers that just sent me a cash app. You are too sweet. Oh, hey sis. Let me know if I should shout you out. I don't know if I should shout you out, but I just received a very generous cash app from one of my sweet subscribers. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Ooh. I just really want to thank you. for the Cash App. Thank you. And I'm not going to cry. Oh my gosh. So sweet. But but yeah, the men that I've dated who have been generous, they've never made that announcement. I'm masculine. I want a feminine woman. This is another thing. Masculine men don't um masculine men don't say I want a feminine woman. They typically just go after the woman that they want and they have the resources to keep her. You know what I'm saying? It's like if your man is paying for um the things to make your life easier, like there's levels to it, right? There's levels to like how much a man is investing into you. But like let's say you're very developed in your relationship and your man is taking care of like your rent and this and that and he's like, "Oh, what about this?" 9 times out of 10 you're going to be like ready to listen to what he has to say because he is operating in his life in a way of leadership. So you're naturally going to work with him or cooperate with him because he is showing leadership in his life. You know what I mean? He's showing leadership in his life. So therefore, you fall in line with it. Like, or you will listen to him because he has his stuff together. He doesn't have to demand for you to respect him because he carries himself in a respectful manner and people, not just you, other people respect him. Bandits are disrespectful to themselves and everyone disrespects them. And then they come home and they're like, I want you to respect me. And you're like, really? You don't respect yourself and nobody in this world respects you. So when you operate yourself in a respectable manner and people respect you, then your partner does too. You know, it all works together. So they don't have to demand respect. They don't have to demand cooperation. They don't have to say they want somebody feminine because they have resources that give them access to the woman that they want. When you don't have resources, you have to finagle, bamboozle, con and deceive the woman that you want you. You see? You got to do a lot of words, you got to do a lot of stuff to make her want you cuz she don't want you, really. So that's when you have to be like, "Oh, I want this, I want that, I demand it." And you're like, "Bro, stop. Stop it." Only Black women have natural 24/7. This is conditioning. We don't use beauty tools than other women for self-serving reasons. We're supposed to watch the other women benefit. Girl, you better say that. Shoot, we need to use what we have to get what we want. And if we have access to enhancements, we should do them. As many as you feel comfortable with. One thing that I secretly like to do is I do like to look at women with BBLs and I like to like compare it to like my gym stuff, like me working in the gym. And I'm always pleased with my results. I'm like, I'm glad I don't have to get a BBL because I just go to the gym. So, but if you feel like you need it, I don't know. I feel like a lot of women who still do the BBLs are trying to appeal to a certain type of guy. Because there was a petite girl I knew who, I don't know why I'm saying girl, a petite woman. There's a petite woman that I knew who was considering a BBL. And I told her, like, she's dating this really, like, well off guy. And I think he likes you because you're petite. And I think that your petite figure appeals to certain type of guys. So, you know, well, who are you trying to attract? But she still has one foot in and one foot out. But I think that, yeah, the BBLs, a lot of times they are, you know, trying to appeal to a certain type of guy. But there's all kinds of different enhancements and stuff that people have access to and, things to consider and, even if it's just little tweaks here and there. Even if it's just little tweaks here and there. When I went to get my makeup done, the makeup artist said, "Oh my gosh, the foundation went on so smooth. What's your what you must have a good skincare routine." And I was like, "Why, thank you, ma'am. I sure do." And I told her, "Yeah, these are the products that I use and I might, let a lot of things fall through the cracks, but I do stay up on my skincare routine. I do stay up." So I was just happy for it to be acknowledged that my skincare routine is working. Yes, absolutely. There's a bunch of non-invasive stuff that can help. I'm not a fan of waist trainers. I can tell you why later, but there's just all kinds of non-invasive things that can enhance your beauty. Because y'all, you have your beauty and it's just about enhancing and accentuating what you got. 'Cause everyone has their own unique beauty and so much just variety and colors and textures and heights and body shape proportions and all of that, that makes each individual woman beautiful and unique. So just, find your judge and judge it up. All right, beautiful ladies. I will talk to you soon. I need to go and pick up lunch for my madre who is not feeling good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace and love.